look at the full field as they stride out. Matthew Galea, 20-year-old from Australia, 5th in the 1500. He'll be in lane number 8. Jake McGahee, national champion of the 400 free and a past world junior medalist and finalist in that race. He'll be in lane number 1. Alec Mander, 3rd in the 1500 for Australia. Lane 7 for Mander. Elliot Rogerson from Australia. Again, a trio of Aussies in this race. His 3rd final of the week, along with the 1500 and the 400 IM. Got Tyler Watson from North Florida Swimming Inc. 5th at the International Team Trials in April in this event for the Florida Gators. Watson swims in lane 6. David Johnston from the swim team in California, collegiately at the Texas Longhorns, 2nd in the 1500, 4th in the 400 IM, 5th in the 400. A solid week for him. Will Gallant from Wolfpack Elite, massive swim to win the 1500 with a new personal best by about 14 seconds. And Bobby Fink, again, a pair of gold medals from his summer excursion to Tokyo last year, including in this race, the first ever Olympic champion in the 800 free and its Olympic debut on the docket. Rowdy was under the weather, skipped the 1500 earlier at this meet, did swim and took 4th in the 400. We'll see where he's at here at one of his favorite distances.
Yeah, and Will Gallant, as you said, was just spectacular in his 1500 win. And his personal best at 7:53 here in this event is certainly in danger. But he knows what he's up against, Jason. And he's up against a guy that, you know, if he's on, will be able to come home and run anybody down in this field. He ran everybody down at the World Championship, so he's certainly capable of doing it here. I haven't seen that kind of get up and go yet from him here. I didn't see it in the 400 freestyle. But it's a long year, man. I mean, think back from Tokyo. It's only a year ago. And think about what these athletes have had to do. Tokyo, and they go right into either collegiate season, high school season. They had the ISL season last fall, and then you've got a short season in 22 with the World Trials in April, with the World Championships. So, you know, as we talk to these athletes, Murph came up the other night, and Katie Ledecky tonight, you know, this is really the last time that they'll be able to take an extended break, so to speak, really, because Katie told us off air, she said, you know, really, this is it. I mean, she could take a couple weeks off, otherwise, pretty much straight on to Paris.
Extended break for swimmers, couple weeks.
Well, I know, isn't that crazy? I mean, you think about not taking anything away from football, but it's over in, what, you know, January for most, and they don't come back for 6 months. So, of course, they need that break. They get beat up so much. But, yeah, there's not a long break for any swimmer. It's pretty much a year-round sport. But if anybody deserved a little bit of a break, it's Bobby. And, you know, it's hard to come back after World Championships. Struggle a little bit with that sickness. Might take a little break here. But I'm not too worried about Bobby Fink, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, certainly, again, going to a World Championship and able to back up one of those gold medals, and really it took a crazy performance for him not maybe to repeat in the 1500 as well, as somebody literally said, I'm going to go out as fast as I can and see if it stands up. And it worked out for Falconieri of Italy in the 1500. It worked.
It finally figured him out. It took him 3 races to figure it out. I mean, it took the 800 and 1500 from last summer at the Olympic Games. It took him the 800 at the World Championship, and he goes, you know what, this is not working out for me. I got to do something different. I got to take a risk. And that's why I've said Falconieri, I said it the other night in the 1500, was just brilliant with that strategy. Just put the pedal to the metal and see what happens, you know, that first 12 or 1,300 meters, and it certainly turned out for him.
So Fink Right now, in lane number 4 in the white cap, has Johnston to his left and Gallant to his right above him. They're the top trio at this point. Tyler Watson there too in lane number 6.
Talk to David Johnston there in lane number 3, right next to Bobby a couple days ago. Just a great young man and has had a great meet. I mean, listen, look at these places: 5th, 2nd, and 4th. 3 top 5 finishes, 3 different events. And he said he was really looking forward most of all to the 400 IM. And, he finished 4th in that. And has been just steady here over the last year. Still only 20 years of age, so he's going to keep getting better in this event, as well as so many others. And I think he knows, listen, I got to do what I got to do here this first 300 or 400 and be out as fast as I can as they come to the halfway point. Let's talk a little bit about Bobby right ahead of him and that American record. It's 3:56. See, Bobby's not going to be even close. Nobody's going to be close to that American record. When he broke that American record, listen to this, Jason. He went 7:39.3, right? He's out in 3:50.5. That's the halfway point. He came back in 3:48.3. His second 400, he negative split it. That's what we call coming back faster. His time in the individual 400 a couple days ago, 3:48.9. How about that, right? I mean, he went faster his second 400 than he did in the individual 400 here. And his best time in the 400 is still slower than his second half. This is crazy.
Something about that back half for Bobby Fink. When the pace quickens, the intensity rises, and the results seem to happen for him as he showcases his skill. But right now, he's got challenges on both sides. Gallant, Johnston, that trifecta right now, all within a tenth of one another.
This is kind of nice to see. I'm not sure it's going to last. But Bobby, again, he didn't do it in the 400, right? His last 50 in that 800, 25.9. I was telling Katie earlier, I can't wrap my mind around some of her times. I can't wrap my mind around a 25.9. Now, a lot of people don't understand the clock. If you're not a big swimming fan, you're watching, you probably don't know what 25.9. But if you know swimming, it's just ludicrous what he did the last 50.
Continuing to bend the minds of swimming fans with his amazing rallies late. Right now, we'll see when he decides to start to push the pace a little bit more. Gallant right alongside. Johnston still within range here in third.
Gallant's another one, 21 years of age. I mean, these 3 guys, 20, 22, and 21. USA distance swimming is in really fine shape right now. Both on the women's side, obviously, with Katie and some others, but the men's side, it's doing just fine. Thank you very much. It went to a bit of a lull. We had some great distance swimmers. Connor Yeager obviously comes to my mind. Larson Jensen. There have been some great ones, no doubt about it. But like I said, it was the first time since 1984 that an American had won the 1500 when Bobby did it. But he has led this resurgence in U.S. distance swimming.
It certainly looks like he'll be at the forefront here in this push to Paris in 2 years' time as the bell sounds. And Gallant would love to make himself a known commodity going forward for Team USA too.
Oh boy. I don't know if he's going to have a patented 25.9 on the end. He hasn't shown it this week, and of course, anytime you're sick, that's going to take an effect on you. But Gallant's going to make it fun for him. He's going to make it interesting. He's going to make him work for it. But look at the build. You see the slight tempo change there with Bobby? You see the difference in that 10 meters alone, Jason? That should go. Goodbye. Oh, my gosh.
And then off the turn, off he goes. Bobby Fink setting sail on Will Gallant and the rest of the field here in this closing leg, as is his nature. Bobby Fink powering through in the last stretch to take the title here in the men's 800 free. Gallant with silver, and third goes to David Johnston.
Come on, Bobby. It's just 26-9 on the last 50. You could do better than that. I mean, and you just, that's where I didn't get the feel in the 400, right? Going into that last 50, he wasn't that far off the pace, but he just never showed it. He showed it there. I mean, he really showed the last turn. You just see him building. You see the build he had going in the last turn, and then coming off of it, it just really was a huge difference. There he is with the white cap. Circled the wrong guy, circled Johnston, but he just really showed what he's capable of. This is the last turn right here. Here we go. Here we go. Half body length, and it all of a sudden turns into a full body length within 10 meters. And then it's a body and a half. And Will Gallant, as I said, David Johnston, as I said, just brilliant meets here.
Another top five for Johnston as he runs third. Gallant, again, the winner of the 1500, second here in the 800. And Bobby Fink, just like at Worlds, champion here at Nationals in the 800. He's with Kira.
All right, Bobby, world champ, now national champ. Just take us through how you were able to get this done once again.
I just want to say with the guys, they've been having a great meet, and I'm happy to get back in the water and race them for this race.
Rowdy always talks about how impressed he is with what you're able to do in the back half of that race, especially the last 50. Just describe what your strategy is on that last 50.
I don't really know. It's just kind of become my thing recently, so I just keep trying to have fun with it and keep it up.
Well, more of that being your thing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bobby Fink, having fun. Sometimes when you're having fun, time flies. And so does Bobby Fink en route to gold in the 800 free.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the award ceremony for the men's 800-meter freestyle. Presenting the awards this evening, Olympian Shirley Babashaw. Shirley competed in the 1972 and 1976 Olympic Games, where she took home 9 Olympic medals. Shirley is a former world record holder, setting 6th in multiple events. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Babashaw. Your bronze medalist in the time of 7:54.60, representing the swim team and Texas, David Johnston. Your silver medalist with a final time of 7:53.34, representing Wolfpack Elite and NC State, Will Gallant. Your 2022 Phillips 66 national champion in the men's 800-meter freestyle with a winning time of 7:51.21, representing St. Petersburg and Florida, Bobby Fink. Ladies and gentlemen, your medalist in the men's 800-meter freestyle. Now staging for the women's 50 freestyle.